afternoon, guys. Welcome to the flower patch, and my name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Well, I hope you're all right, guys, and as you can see or hear, I am feeling much better. So thank you so much for all your concerns. I didn't let it stop me, the flu. But anyway, let's carry on. Today I'm going to do a wreath on a 14-inch grapevine wreath where I've already placed on the hook. I've already made a bow where it's just in that one bow on its own. I'm not adding it with anything else. So it's just as is. And I've got 4 loops either side and 2 small, not long, smallish tail ends at the bottom. So for today, for our foliage, I have placed these on picks already, and these are some little wispy bits. As you know, I like to dot around, and we're going to add those in our little wispy lavender, green lavender. I've also got out this ruscus, and I've placed these also on picks as well, because I didn't want the full bunch in. So I thought I like to see these dotted around. I feel these add quite a nice little effect. I've also got out my beautiful fern with the pink tips on as well, which I absolutely adore. So we're going to place some of those in. And my silver dollar eucalyptus, you know, guys, it's my favourite. So we've also got that as well. I've got 2 stems of that, so we may not use it all, but we're going to place that in for our background of foliage. Now, as I was going in the buckets, I found 2 of these left over from the shakiba spray, so I may chop these down for filler foliage. I've got more on order as well, so we're going to incorporate those. And also I may use some of this laurel, which has got pink tips on, for a bit of filler foliage as well. So for our floral, I have got out some white little daisies, and these are the only element that I am placing in that is white. So, and again, I do like to see the wispy bits again, and having a little bit of floral around the outer side. I've also got out some other lavender, but in a mauve colour, and I want to place some of these dotted around as well. I just like the spikiness of these. So we've got that. For our big floral, we've got dahlias, guys, or dahlias, whichever the way you pronounce them. I've placed the odd one on a pick in case I want them on the inside, but then left the rest on the full stem. Aren't they just beautiful? A lovely colour. And also you're going to love these, guys, and I've only just bought 3 stems because I wanted to check them out first. As you know, I like to just buy the odd stem. If I like them, then I will buy more. And these lilies are beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? When they came, I had to do it for today for our video. And I think they are outstanding. They're very heavy and brilliant quality. They are like a plastic, but a soft plastic effect. But they are UV protected. So, but I just love them. So now I've seen them and I've felt them and everything, checked them over, there's going to be more placed on order. So that's what we've got for today, guys. So I'm going to bring the camera down so we can get started and have fun. So one moment. So let's just bring it down, bring the camera quite a bit closer than that. Or should I say a bit further down? There we have it. So that is our 14-inch grapevine wreath. I was going to do it on a wicker one, but I thought no, I'd rather do it on this. I feel more comfortable using the grapevine ones. I don't know why, it's just personal preferences. So let's start with our eucalyptus. And again, I'm going to use this as our background foliage. And also like a support as well. So we're going to be going around. There's quite a few on here, and some of the leaves are the wrong way round. You can twist them to come back, you know, the way that, you know, the front way, so you can see them all at the front. If not, pull them off. Like I've just tried to twist that one, it won't go twist round. So I'm going to place a bit of glue on it and place it in the position that I'd like it to be. So I want these. I've chosen this eucalyptus. I do have some other silver dollar eucalyptus, but this one I've got is quite bushy. So, and it's got quite a lot of leaves on. So I want to choose this with us having those big flowers. So we're going to place that in. And I'm placing that so it goes over my hook and around up here. And again, let it just flow at the top. Check this one. Oh, I'm so happy that I feel much better. Well, it didn't really deter me, but it's nice. It's just nice to be back to your normal self. So I'm going to bring one here as well. I have had a customer request to do just a video on doing a certain bow, and the lady's lovely. I do know her, so I may do a video on a certain bow. Again, she's shown me the picture of the sort of bows that, you know, the bow that she'd like to learn, because she just can't get to grips with the bow, doing the bow making, and she'd like me to show her how to do it. So I may do it, and it won't be a long video. It's just on these couple of bows that she'd like to learn how to make. So I'm going to go here and then just bend it outwards. So it's going to be quite a big wreath, and it's going to be big because of the flowers. I don't want a small wreath. You don't have to do it big. Again, it's just my personal preference. It's what I like to do. So if I have big flowers, I like to make sure that you've got lots of foliage and everything in and around. Right, so let's get our fern. I love this. If you feel that, you know, you haven't got much of a stem, pull off the last few leaves or snip them off to give you a longer stem. I always say to have at least 1.5 to 2 inch stem is more than enough to, you know, get it into your wreath for it to attach. So I'm going to place this one at the top as well. like that. And I don't, you know, I don't want it to be hidden. I want it to be seen. I think it's a lovely fern. These are on, I wonder if I can cut that. And I'm going to place 5 in. So I'm going to do one at, as you see, at 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to do one around 10 o'clock as well. And then one at 9 o'clock. Let me just get that glue off, guys. I placed a bit too much glue on it. Oops, the daisy. And one around 7 o'clock, 7, between 7 and 8 o'clock. So, and I'm going to just incorporate some of the eucalyptus amongst it, and then I'm going to do one around 6. Oops, easy. I'm lifting it up, giving it that little bend so it's got a bit of movement. So we've now got our 5 in. So that's come off that. Let me just get a pick because one of the leaves has popped off. So let's place that back in and around here. So that is what we've done so far. Now with our bow, again, because I haven't done a big long tail ends, I didn't want to in this one. I don't know, you know, and I want to incorporate it again like I do within the floral. So it may go there. I'm getting caught on the spiky fern, or I may place it just at the top. So place those on the floor. So with these, I want to cut down. So with the laurel, these are not push-ups or anything like that. You can take them off pull them off singular and place them in. I may do that with these here. But I thought filling that gap there with the other one, place it up here. So let's do that with it. So I'm going to take this on the inside. just see. The stem is very tough. And I want to place it so it's coming outwards like that. And I want to do the same with the other one. I'm wanting to lift the head. I want that volume, and I want it, you know, to look really fluffy and full. Like so. Again, I've got these. I may actually instead use these here. One here and one here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take the tag off. Oh, let me just check my camera, guys, because I tried earlier on and it went off on me. Oh no, it's still running. That's good, because I thought I'd done something wrong. So then I'm going to place one around here as well. And then I'm going to place the other one. Let's say around here. It's quite hard to bend that stem. That's it. Just make sure they're not come through the back. No. So we've got it quite sticking up quite far, because with our floral, it's going to be in like that. So, and because they are quite big heads, these, you know, they will go lovely with these. And I think concerning the bow now I've got those in. Do I place it here? Or do I place it in between here? What a decision. Let me stand above. It might not be the right type of bow, I don't know. Well, it's the right type of bow, but maybe I needed a wider one. What I'm going to do, hi, there's your gift. Is that okay? Okie dokie. I'm going to place, I think, it in the centre, but what I'm going to do is take the other one in for me, please. Thanks, hun. I'm going to lift it on here. I'm not going to put it right down. I'm going to wait till I place a few more things in before I actually attach it, because if you see the height of these, what are sticking up, if I bring this right to the bottom, that's going to be, the leaves are just going to overpower it. So I'm going to lift it slightly. So I'm going to wait until we've gone a bit further along to add those in. I'm going to place in these wispy, spiky lavender also now around the edge. Got some of them. Not all, just some. We'll get those in so there's a bit of movement around there. Bring some different textures in. Around here also. And we're going to go all the way around to the bottom similar, you know, spacing between each other. Make it look, it's looking full already from everything that we've placed in, which is good. It's what we like, guys. Just going to move it around as I go. And I'm positioning these on the outer side of the wreath, meaning around here on the edge. And if you're a new beginner, from 9 o'clock or should I say, I'll show you in a minute. Let me just place this in because I've got my wreath in a different angle. Because I have had some ladies say that she struggles with placing her things in and she's not sure. Thank you. So, as I say, from 12 o'clock here, when it comes to placing your stems, because the lady said that she did place her stems in and sometimes they felt really loose, like, you know, they was either falling out or they didn't feel secure. When you've got a wreath, if you're from 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you place your stems going downwards at an angle, well, following the you know, the wreath, the grains on the wreath, so go down. But from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, place your stems going up towards 12 o'clock. So from 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock, place them going down towards 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, place your stems going up towards 12 o'clock, if that makes sense. So I'm going to place some of these in the center as well. So in between where I've placed them on the outside, I'm going to bring them on the inside and just place some here. And the reason I'm putting so many of these in, because they are wispy. Oops, one moment, guys. I didn't realise somebody was coming. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, I have a parcel for you.
Yes?
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Oh my goodness. So, sorry about that. So I'm making the triangle position with these. So then now I will use this one here from the last triangle and this one and place this in the center of those, like so. And again, it doesn't matter if they're sticking up, because again, I want a full wreath, I want lots of volume. And then one. So. So I'm bringing them, and plus if you see wire on your grapevine, what's wrapped around to keep the grapevine together, I tend to you know, like to place some stems under the wire as well. Because I find that that also gives a little bit more support as well. So we've got now all in our little lavender. I've got 2 pieces left. I may put one on each end. I will cut the stem slightly shorter. So I may bring one under here, just at an angle, so it's coming down the wreath, and then do the same on the bottom as well. You don't have to. I just want, may as well use them. So that's what we've got, really full, lots of greenery, you know, solid leaves, you know, with the laurel, airy leaves with the fern, and your bushy leaves, and that with the eucalyptus, and then your wispy bits with your lavender. And again, I've got this, just these 2 stems of the shakiba. I will bring those in for filler foliage. Oh, let me just have a drink, guys. So I'm gonna bring in some of our white as well. And I'm gonna do that around the side also. I bought 4 bunches out, guys. I don't know why. I can be daft. These are push-ups as well, so you can have them, you know, position your leaves or your floral on them wherever you know you'd like them to be. Because this is quite bushy and full, I've brought my floral up to the top so they can be seen. So let's just cut those. And again, I'm going to start here, bring them up like so at the top. Oh, my cat's here, guys, so get ready. You all know that he likes to join. He's looking at me with those mysterious eyes. Let's just push these all up to start with. Oh, he was a nuisance yesterday. He wouldn't stop. And you know what it was in the end? What all he wanted was to sit on my lap. That's all he was bothered about. But the thing is, I have things to do when I go in the house. As we all do. All as ladies and gentlemen. Cook, clean. So now I've placed these all up. In fact, I'm going to cut them all at a similar length in advance. Get them ready instead of doing it one at a time. There we have it. So we're going to place one where the laurel is. With it being such a big leaf, we need to have some white floral around that area. Just, you know, so it can, to give it that reflection of the leaf, and also a bit of floral on the outside. And I'm placing these on the outer side of the wreath as well. Oh, I keep getting caught on the spiky fern. Never mind. As you can see, there's not really much going off here, but that is where our bow is going. It's not that I'm deliberately forgotten. It's just where our bow is going to be sitting once we've placed in our elements. So now we have those going all around. So I didn't need four bunches, guys. I must have had this silly head on. I just grabbed, I didn't even count when I grabbed them. So now you can see with the little florals around the side as well, how pretty it looks and how effective. And again, I have got the ruscus. I want to place this in near the end because this is just like a little bit of extra. With it being light as well, I have made sure I've got different tones of greenery so that it all gets, you know, it bounces off each other. So let me just see with these. Look at those. Now I need to work out what I'm placing where with my florals. Do I leave the lilies as they are as one? Or do I break it up? No, that's too much. So I'd have to break it up. So I'm going to cut up the lily. Oh, what a shame, I hear you say. And I can keep some of the leaves because the leaves go further down on here. Gosh, I can't get my clippers around it. One. So I can use the leaves as well as filler. Oh, good gracious me. Take that leaf off. And that one, and that one. Now that's what's left of the lily. I saved that in case I want it for something else. So let's just tidy this up. And I think I'm going to place one here. We'll take one of those off. One around here. And the bud I want to place on the outside here. So that's how I'm going to place those. Then with the the dahlias, I'll bring those, some on the inside, and then I'll bring some on the outside as well. But with the leaves that I've got from the lilies, I will place on picks. So this is a good thing for the lady who's just joined and asked me about how I place things on picks. If you pull them off of a trailing foliage, anything like that, they always have a hole at the bottom where you've just pulled them off the flower or the, you know, the plant or the stem, should I say. Get something like this, or anything that you've cut up from your stems, like I've cut those off from the little wildflowers. Save those, and they are a perfect fit to go in the bottom. So you can just look for that hole at the bottom, put a bit of glue on your pick, push it in. If there's a bit of glue coming out, just wipe that off and make it look clean and neat. So then you have a pick. And that's all you need to do. You haven't got to do what I do. I go out and buy my picks. I order them in 1,000. You can get them off Amazon. I used to get mine off Amazon until I saw them on Temu. Much cheaper price. So for June who's looking, have a look on Temu. I think they're called ironclad floral picks, something like that. You can buy them in 50, 200 or 100, 500. I tend to buy them in 500s and buy 1,000, probably 2,000 at a time. So now we've got these, I'll save these. So I hope that helps. Now this stem is extremely thick. I wonder if I could pull that off and use it. Oh, no. I was going to say yes then, but it's not got a hole at the bottom. So we'll glue it back on. Glue it back in place. There we have it. So I want that one around here. So I'm going to cut the stem a little bit shorter. I don't want it that long. And I'm going to place it just around here where it can sit up and look pretty. If you want to push it in a little bit further and have it like that. So that's the first one. I may take the leaf off of that one as well. And then I will place this one in and around just where the fern is, but I'm going to place it slightly under the fern so you won't really be able to see it, I think. No, I'm going to change my mind. Let's bring it over the fern. That would look better. And then the last one. We'll take the leaf off of that as well. And we will go under here. With that too. I could place more in. I don't know whether to place some, just the bigger ones in. Yeah, it's needed, guys. I know it's needed. So let's take the leaves off. You can use those. Again, I'm pulling them off the stem. So we'll have, which one is it? That one. And then that one. I don't think we'll need any more than that. So we're going to place these in here. And I may use the dahlias around the outside and the odd one on the inside. So bring that one around there. Bring some of the laurel around it as well. And then do the same with this one. And I'm going opposite the buds. Or the bud, should I say. So there we have that. Doesn't that look wonderful? It really, really does look pretty. So then now with these dahlias, where you see these two lilies, I'm going to go here with the dahlia. So I'm using the lilies to form a triangle with the dahlia. Let me look at my bow. I may not even place it in, guys. It may not even be needed. I'm not placing it in. I've decided I don't need it. I don't need it. I can use it for something else. So let's get these other leaves on picks. And then we've got a bunch of them then. And then we'll just finish these last two off. And we can use these on the outside as well, you know, as longer foliage. So we could place these, some of them like up here as well, to give that, you know, that single little leaf by itself. So we've got plenty from what I've cut off the lilies as well. So let's place in the dahlias. And again, I'm going to go in between these two lilies with the dahlia. So I'm placing it there like so. So I've used the two lilies to make a triangle with the dahlia. So then that gives it that balanced look. So now I will use this lily from this lily and the bud, and place one here. Don't forget the bud. So we will place one around there. I may just pull some off. I wonder if I can. I'm going to just pull, if I can. It's hard to get them off. bear with me. 2. There we go. And I've also got the leaves from these as well. We could place those in. So let's pull the leaves off of that stem as well. And I'm going to save this stem as it is. So if I've got any heads, and I could place them on here as well. So save your stems if you've got them like that, like you've had a, you know, spray roses, or the dahlias have been on a, you know, several on a stem. Save them where I've taken off the leaves and that, and also at the top, and you can put other flowers on there. So again, I've just pulled that flower off of its main stem, and I'm going to just hold it like that. So I don't get no glue. There's a hole at the bottom where I've pulled it off, and this applies to any trailing or hanging or garlands, and you pull it off and stick in your wire so you have a single pick. And I wipe glue off all the time, because if it could catch on some of the petals as well, and you don't want your petals sticking. Right, so let's move around. So now I'm going to use, instead of move that down a little, I'm using that and that to place in a dahlia there as well. You don't have to be exact in the middle. You can have it slightly offset. I always say that to people. There we go. Place one. Like so. So we've got those around. I'm considering bringing some on the ends here. So I may need one more. They are hard to get off these. There we go. There, so I'll have one on each end as well. But I've cut these shorter because these are going on top of the grapevine, not around the edge. So I'll go where this fern is, bring a bit of colour and pop them just underneath the fern. And do the same on this side as well. Pop that under the fern also. So you've got that effect on either end. Doesn't that look pretty? Aren't they wonderful colours, guys? Absolutely divine. Right, let me see, what's that? Right, I can see a stem popping out, and I can see what it is. So I'm going to pull it out, remove the old glue, and then I'm going to pop it back in. There we have it. So that's our beautiful wreath. I'm going to put these 3 leaves on as well on picks. Don't waste anything, guys. If the leaves are all right, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I do have leaves and I think the leaves are of poorer quality, you know, than the flowers that they on the stem that they're with, then I won't add them. But, you know, and I will throw them away. But for, you know, these are okay. They're not damaged or they're not poor quality, so I will use those as well. Now, because we're not having our bow, I need to fill in this gap here and here. So I'm going to place these, cut these in half and place these in as well. Let's see how, like so. And I'm going to use these as the filler foliage around this lily. Your lily in the center, and do it around here as well. Just so that fills up that little gap there. Now I do have these here. I could easily bring those on the inside, or I may bring those on the end so it looks like that at the bottom. So let's do that. Put one on each end. Lift up our dahlia. Slide it under like so. And do the same on this. So now we've got the dark, deep dark coloured shakiba spray there. Let me just get rid of these. Hi.
Hiya.
Can you do the honours with the cats? You've had what? Sorry. Oh, you've had your hair cut.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Mind you did say you was going to do it, didn't you? I'd forgotten.
Yeah, irritating me.
Very handsome.
Just like my mother.
Just, I'm not handsome. Beautiful, but not handsome. That's what you say for a man.
Just almost the most beautiful mum ever.
Oh, that's kind. So, we've got our lavender. I'm thinking I'll place the lavender in first. I've got different tones of lavender, different colours and, you know, tones and everything. Oh, I've got a pink one in there. As you can see, I've got a light pink one. Or two. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing in there. But because we're doing this colour only, I wanted to use this colour what's virtually the same. And I'm going to bring these up here around the top, and I'm going to bring the odd one in the centre. So let's just get these around the top area first. Again, bring something wispy. I'm going to bring one where the dahlia is as well. Again, I do like to incorporate things all around. So that's there. And again, I'm letting it stand up. I don't want it flat. I want it to be seen. And I'm just placing them, again, spacing them a very similar space apart from each other all the way around the outside. Oops, I've placed in the pink one. Oh my goodness, that's awful of me. Why didn't I notice? Oh my goodness. And I want one more for the outside, just to go under our dahlia again. Bring that in as well. So as you can see, they're sticking out around the sides. I just grab the glue and then I may want to bring some in the inside. I've got something. I can feel something again catching. Well, there's no stem sticking out. So, what is it? I didn't tidy the wood up. What's that? I don't know what that is, but I hope I'm not cutting. Oh, it's just a piece of wood. I can't see anything. So, let's see about the inside. I won't be placing as many on the inside, but I will just be going around this sort of an area. And just sort of like bringing it this way. Stand that one upright with it being near the centre. So I'll just place 3 in. And then bring one around here as well. So that's all I'm going to place in with the lavender. Where's that other pink lavender? Here. Let's take the glue off of it. It's a nice, like, beautiful colour. It's rich in colour. I wasn't going to, I wouldn't say it's dark. It's quite a rich colour. Very pretty. So we've finished with those. So let's place in some of our lily leaves. I've got these 3 here. I'm going to place these in the centre on the inside. Just give them, I'm going to go 1 facing upwards, 1 facing downwards. And I'm going to have 1 in the centre, and I'm going to cut that one really short, the stem. Because I don't want it sticking out too far. Like that. Doesn't that look pretty, guys? So we've got now our lily leaves. I'm going to dot some of these around the outer side, like where this lily is especially. There's a little gap here. I want to fill that in, as you may be able to see here. And do that just around. And help fill it in. And again, add another different foliage from the laurel. Add one where that lily is as well. Some I'm placing in a little bit small, you know, further in. So I'm going like a zigzag. I may add in just a little bit more eucalyptus. So I think we're needing a little bit more. Some maybe down here, around here. Cut it up. I like chopping things up. I feel, you know, that's just me though. I feel that I have, you know, slightly more control than just placing in the full stem of it, something like the lilies with all the flowers. I feel like I've got more control by, you know, cutting them up individually and positioning them where I feel they would look nice. And plus, you get the most out of it. You know, you'll get more out of it. You'll be able to save on your pennies as well. So I'm going to place, I've got 2 left. There's a gap here, and this gap needs filling. Let's have a look around here. Da-da. Right, yes, by lifting it up I can see a few gaps. So I'm going to get the rest of that eucalyptus and I'm going to pull off these individually and use these as filler as well. And again, save that so you can stick on some flowers if they've got no stem. So we can place these on and place in between, unless you want to but get some foliage like the fortunia, the solar, the coleus, something like that with a broader leaf to fill in, or smaller foliage. But you know, smaller foliage I find that you tend to use more of. With the bigger ones you don't. You could place in a bit of ivy as well. That would be nice. So let's see what this does. If it doesn't help, then I may have to get something like the solar or coleus. So let's just see here. Let me just stand above it. Try that one, because that seems to have done the trick there. Oh, I don't know. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I know I think I want one here. I feel that it's not really got much eucalyptus around here. So we'll place that there. I think I'm going to get some sage leaves even. I wonder if this coleus would look nice. Yes, I think so, with it having a similar deep colour in it. So let's try the coleus. And I'm going deep with these. Oh, one's come off. Let me glue that on. Like that. Yes, that's beautiful. Like that, guys. Again, I don't keep them like that. I twist the leaves around so they become like a star type thing, you know, and it fans it out and makes it broader so it covers more space. I'm going to place one. Oops, push it in. And just move that as well. May need another one there. I'm going to just fill in with these first. Again, around here I can see a space. So this is going to be our filler foliage, and it's going to be the depth. I'm using it as depth as well. One here. So I think one. I may need to bring one around here as well. Let's place one of these down the other end, down here. So just always, you know, either stand above it when you're working. Usually when I'm not doing videos, I do stand above them, or I have them on my easel. I feel one's needed there. Just where this fern is. And there, again, I tend to look around the sides as a lot as well, because you can see the gaps more as well around the side view. Unless you just, you know, you don't mind about seeing, wanting to see some of the grapevine, and that's fine. You know, again, everybody likes their own sort of style. Let's cover that area. Let's have a look around here. Probably a couple more, maybe. And it doesn't matter if you're placing, you know, two next to each other. If it helps fill your space or the gap. We just check that didn't go through. That's fine. I think that's... Do I need another one there? Where's that one on its own? We'll take that. There. Right, I'm not going to put any more in, because we don't need any more of those. It's beautiful and full, and it's got lots and lots of volume. So there's, then adding a little bit of something lighter in tone, even if it's lamb's ear dotted around, that will also add to the richness of your wreath. So that's what we're now going to do. Let's take several out, cut them all down. And dot them in. So again, I'd like to have some around the bottom or the ends. Like so. And with these as well, these are just a little bit of extra, you know, interest to your wreath. So for things like this where I'll add little bits of wispy pieces, I don't have a particular order of placing them. I mean, I don't place a great cluster of them next to each other. I just, as we say, scatter them about. I place a few on top, the odd one and maybe around the side. So this light, lovely tone colour will be around this edge as well. I can't get that one in. And let's just lift it. See. There we go. And I have them, you know, sticking up so you can spot some of them. And it's where I may also think that there's a lot of darkness, I will place them, you know, to bring that dark area alive. I do, you know, that's another thing I tend to do. Bring one in the middle. As well. So, has that gone in? Let me pull it out and place it lower. There, like that. So I'll bring some of them now around the side. So I'll cut these at a similar length, so they're long enough to be around the side. And then I'll start right from here at the bottom. And have it a bit like a wispy bit, you know, just sticking out from the bottom like so, like the daisies the wildflower, sorry. So there we have it, guys. And again, I don't really think a bow is needed. If you really still want to place a bow on, maybe just put a simple bow here. But I think if I place that on, I would spoil it. So I'm not going to place it on. Again, I don't think it's needed. Let me just move these out of the way. So there we have that. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our wonderful arrangement, our beautiful wreath done today out of our lovely rich colours. And again, for your rich colours, you don't really have to do it in, you know, the colours I've chosen. You could always do it in burgundies, you know, deep colours like that. I'm quite partial to the burgundies myself. So wonderful colour. I'm just placing these back, guys, because it's right where I'm standing, so I don't stand on them. So I'm gonna place up the camera. Let's move that out the way. And then I'm going to place it on the easel. Oops, the daisy. Let's just sit it lovely on there. Well, I think that is beautiful. I'm going to come out and just have a quick look to see if it's all balanced or if there's any more gaps. So I'm just going to see. That is pretty. That is really pretty. I'm not so fond of that sticking out, and maybe that one. I find that may be sticking out slightly too much. So let's just snip that off. And then this one as well. I think that's better. But I do think something may need to be here. Or if I bring those back up. Now that's better. I do this. I do tend to just snip off the odd leaf if I think it's too much. Now, if you can see here, I can see a gap there. And I've just spotted a leaf on the floor. I could place that there and fill that in. And I'm going to do that because that, if I don't, will surely irritate me. Again, I'm very, very particular. So let's get that one in. That's better. Now let me come and check again, guys. I have to be sure. Right, it needs to just be pulled down a little bit. Excuse my head. That's better, that's better. That was it. Let's lift this a little. This is what I do when I'm making things. I make sure things are checked and lifted and etc. Now, let me stand back. I hope you can see that. I've had to bring the camera far back because it is very big. Very big, but very beautiful. So, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. You know, I enjoyed it. I love the colour. I'm definitely going to get more of these lilies. And when I say more, I won't be ordering another 3 stems because they come individually. So I probably may order another 20, something like that. But I think they are outstandingly beautiful. The lines in them, they're just really elegant. Elegant colour, lovely mauve, you know, colour, or deep, or maybe a deep pink colour. You know, I can't really explain, but it's got mauve in it, and maybe it's like a deep pink going on to a purple, but that is pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you've got anything, even lilies, doesn't matter what colour, and maybe dahlias or chrysanthemums, you know, to go with it, and then just put those 2 main flowers in, and then just have something around the sides, maybe in white, or if you're doing a light colour, maybe have a darker colour around the sides, you know, or just white anyway, that's fine, ivory, you know, just to bring in a little bit of a dainty floral around the side, what's not too noticeable, you know, because when I stood over there, I immediately focused on these flowers because of the colour. And then your eyes will then start looking around, and then you will notice these little white daisies after. So, you know, and just by adding a bit of the lavender on the same colour, because it is virtually exactly identical. So by adding that as well, you know, also it's keeping within that colour scheme and that tone. And just by adding a bit of foliage with a bit of pink on the tips, it doesn't have to be fern. You know, you can buy eucalyptus where it's got slight bits of pink in it. You can buy pink or mauve coloured eucalyptus. I've got some up there, so you could use that. You could buy, like, you could get pink ficus or anything like that. You can get any sort of foliage in different colours, and you know, and just add obviously your greenery as well, and some little bits, like I've added these ruscus with a bit of a lighter tone as well, dotted around just where there's darker shades, just to lift it a little bit more. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. So please subscribe, share and like to whomever, to the world, you know, anybody who you wish, guys. I really do appreciate it. And thank you again so much for your wonderful comments, you know, regarding, you know, me getting better. I'm virtually, I'd say 95% there now. That manuka honey and that, oh, it's done wonders. So if you ever got a cold, get some. So thank you, Linda, for putting me onto it. So again, whatever colour you're going to do it in, guys, have fun and enjoy. So I love you all. God bless. Have a grand day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's have a close-up of it, guys. It is a really, really pretty colour. Let's see if my phone... Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at the lines on it. Isn't that outstandingly beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I love it. Even the bud, it's beautiful. Grand, you know, really great detail. And the beautiful dahlias that will go with it as well. How pretty are they? And then you've got your lovely little white daisies, your lavender here, if I bring it here, what's virtually the same colour. And then you've got your spiky lavender, and then you've got the leaves that we placed in, the odd leaves from the lilies as well, and your eucalyptus, the silver dollar, and then you've got your, if I bring it here, your lovely fern, spiky fern with the pink tips, and then your dusted ruscus added in as well for a softer look. And then you've got your laurel with the reddy pink tips on. And then we've got our coleus as well in there added in. And I can't seem to remember if there's anything else. But yes, the laurel as well. Look at the pattern detail on that. Fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Have a wonderful day. Take care. And I love you all. Bye for now.